Hello everybody, it's Michael from Replica Airguns with an overview video. Today we're going to look at the Crosman PFAM98 Taurus PT-92 and the American Classic P1322 air pistols. Now they're quite different, as you can see. One is a blowback CO2 BB pistol styled after the PT-92, the Taurus PT-92 right here. And the other is a non-replica target pellet pistol, perhaps for small game, and that is the American Classic P1322 in 22 caliber lead pellet. I want to thank Crosman for providing these guns for review. Now they're not exactly new guns. I've kind of reviewed variations of them already on my channel in one form or another, not exactly the same, so we'll get into some of these details. Alright, so first off, let's talk about the Crosman PFAM98 Taurus PT-92. So I say Taurus PT-92 because that's what it really replicates. Now essentially it's a KWC made M92, also distributed as the Cybergun GSG 92. So you can see here, they really are the same gun. This is just distributed through Cybergun and with branding and licensing through GSG 92. Very similar guns. KWC makes it as the M92 again, and you'll find it distributed through a number of companies including Gletscher. I believe Cybergun also distributes it through another name, Swiss Arms P92. My point is, they're all the same gun made by KWC with some slight cosmetic differences. So for all intents and purposes, if you've watched any of my KWC M92 videos or my Cybergun GSG 92 videos, any of the shooting videos or comparison videos, then you've pretty much seen this gun already in either a steel BB version or perhaps an airsoft version. Now I wanted to get back to the whole history of the Taurus PT-92 because sometimes this gun is referred to as a Beretta, and yes, it kind of has a history of being a Beretta, and I'll get into that right now. Now the Taurus PT-92 is a product of Brazil. Taurus actually bought the entire Brazilian Beretta factory back in 1980, including drawings, toolings, machinery, and their very experienced workforce that was already making Beretta guns in that factory. Now, Taurus immediately sought to improve the Beretta design, resulting in the popular and acclaimed Taurus PT-92. So its foundation literally came from the Beretta factory, all of the machinery, all the parts, all of the workforce, everything. So it has changed. It's not the same company. It's evolved slightly different, but it is built upon the Beretta 92. All right, I'll just show you around this gun a little bit really quick here. Again, we've seen this gun in many variations. Okay, so we do have our licensing, right, or name branding here, the PFAM98, not really licensed, from any gun. We've got a serial number, right? We've got the Crosman logo there. Again, this is an all-metal gun, right? You've seen my other videos, but it's an all-metal gun, metal slide, metal frame, metal magazine, right? Full blowback action, full metal CO2 and BBs in the magazine, right? Full blowback action, slide locks back. Right, you've got the sort of single white dot sight in the back, no white dot sights in the front. It is single and double action, right? You have this safety, which is ambidextrous, and is also more than a safety. You have single shot and full auto. So out of the box with this Crosman version, you're going to get, all of these different functionalities. Okay, so you do have that. Yeah. Writing on the side there, made in Taiwan, by the way. Okay. Now next up, we've got the Crosman American Classic P1322. Now the American Classic P1322 is basically a 22 caliber version of the .177 caliber 1377 pneumatic pump air pistol. So make sure to watch the video reviews I've already done on the Crosman American Classic 1377. So let's take a look. Same gun, kind of, if you look at it. I mean, other than some cosmetic differences, very similar. This one has a brass trigger and bolt, slightly different stock and grip, and it's a different caliber. It's .177 caliber. This is also the Canadian version, detuned to under 500 FPS. I'll kind of get into that when I do the reviews of these guns. I do like the brass bolt on it and the brass trigger. But, same gun basically. So other than both of those guns being different calibers, the 22 caliber is going to be more powerful because it isn't detuned. And the reason for that is it's spec'd out at up to 460 FPS using lead pellets. So for importation, it's under 500 FPS. It doesn't need to be detuned because it's not exceeding 500 FPS because it's a heavier pellet. It's going a little slower, but it's going to pack more punch. Now when you compare that to the .177 caliber version, in the US it has a claimed up to 600 FPS maximum velocity, so they kind of have to detune it so that it can be a little more easily imported into Canada. Now another gun that I have that's very similar to the 1322 is my backpacker, and I don't think I've really ever reviewed this gun, but other than it having a different stock, and you'll notice there's no grip on the back here, it's because you put this full-length stock on the back. It just clips on, basically. You kind of pop it on there, and I won't put it on, it's just too big. But it's got a longer barrel. This is a 22 caliber rifle. It uses the same pumping mechanism. This one does have the brass trigger and bolt, but other than that, it's really the same gun. It's the same, you know, it's basically built from the same components with slightly different, you know, cosmetics like the barrel and the stock and the foregrip, right? So, but it's a multi-pump. This one is designed to be you can break it down and make it compact. It's called the backpacker, and I don't believe Crosman makes it anymore. They do allow you to buy this rear stock as an accessory, so essentially you can make the 1322 into a sort of backpacker with a shorter barrel. You'll also notice that I've added on the scope here with the mounts, and you can buy these mounts, Crosman mounts, to add scopes. They just goes right onto the barrel here. Pretty cool. There's a lot of add-ons for these guns. There's a lot of mods for this style of gun. Getting a little more into some of the mods, there's tons of mods, aftermarket mods, stuff made by other companies, including barrels, bolts, triggers, internals, stocks, scope mounts, all kinds of stuff. Of course, you can get some of these through Crosman, but there's a lot of other companies making parts for these guns. They've been so popular. They've been around for a while. Let's take a quick look at it. Okay, so we do have this forward part of the stock here. That's your pump mechanism, right? So if I pump it, you can pump it up to 10 times. You don't have to pump it 10 times if you don't want to, but you're going to get maximum power, right? Single action trigger. This one just has plastic sights on the front, but again, you could put different sights on it if you want. You can change up this whole bolt if you want. There's aftermarket bolt systems, you know, all metal ones if you want. You can change the sights in the back too. This is just a standard sight here, so you can get in here. It's a little long. So you basically just undo the screw and move that around. It's a little finicky to adjust, but once you get it set up, you're okay. Okay, cross bolt safety. Again, this grip could come off. You could put a full-length stock on there if you wanted to. Nice gun. It's got a thin profile, so you know it's not going to take up a lot of room. It is long, but it's pretty lightweight, not too heavy. Would make a good, you know, backpack gun for sure for small game, small pests. If you're out in the bush, you want to get a quick meal. Alright, so keep posted for my full reviews of these guns. I'm going to be reviewing, doing quick tabletop video reviews. Hopefully when the weather gets a little nicer, I'll get outside and get some field test shooting videos for them. Alright, thanks for watching another Replica Airguns video. Don't forget to subscribe. Check me out on Facebook and Twitter. Username is Replica Airguns. Also come on down to replicairguns.com where we have articles, posts, reviews. I'll have additional photos, and I'll put a link in the description of this video so you can check those photos out over at replicairguns.com. We also have our Canada and US online Replica Airgun stores where we sell air guns, BB guns, pellet guns, airsoft guns, blank guns, knives, and other accessories. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.